Hello and welcome to Mace Crochet. I am Rachel and we are on week 2 of Crochet Bingo. So if you weren't here last week, here's what's going on. I have jury duty. I've been summoned to be ready for jury duty for 5 weeks. We are halfway through. I have not had to go in yet. That doesn't mean I won't, but I didn't want to try to commit to doing a big project week to week. I also didn't want to not post for 3 straight weeks on the chance that I wouldn't be able to commit to a big project. So instead, I came up with a bingo card. Just some small things to get some stuff done, little tasks or little projects, and I'll try to get bingo by the end of the 3 weeks. So last week I followed a YouTube tutorial, which was my favorite task because I learned finally how to do corner to corner crochet. I crocheted for 2 straight hours. I crocheted outside, which was technically just my porch. I wore a crochet wearable, which was difficult because I don't have many that I can wear in warmer weather, but I did survive with a lot of sweating. And I also wound up any loose yarn that I could find around my room. I got all 5 of those done. Again, barely, but I got them done. And now it's time to draw this week's 5. So I have this bag here, which has all the remaining tasks left. I will draw 5 of them, and I have to get them finished by the end of this week to mark them off on the card. So I'm going to go ahead and draw all 5. I don't know if I'll work on anything today. I just finished editing and uploading last week's video, which is why I look exactly like I did at the end of that video. But I wanted to give myself a full 7 days to work on these things instead of like the 4 or 5 I had last week because I got it started late. So it is time to draw 5. I'm not cheating. There's quite a few in there. There's 1 piece of paper per square, except for the 5 that I've already completed, and then of course the free space. But I'm not cheating, and I'm not going to do any cuts. I'm going to pull 5, and then that'll be what I get, right? Right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's okay. So I'm gonna put 1 back because I feel like I should grab. Okay, 4. Can't even see that one. All right, and 5. Okay. Let's see what they are. Slowly. Christmas in July. So I'm making an ornament with this one. Pride and Prejudice sticker book. I'll explain that later if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Micro crochet earrings. Okay, I don't really like micro crocheting, so this is not going to be a fun one for me, but maybe I can get something cute out of it. Slowly. Oh my gosh, this is painful. Crochet a coaster. Very excited about that. I've been meaning to do that for a very long time because sometimes I bring drinks in here and I have to steal one from the living room or just bring a paper towel. Crochet at the library. Crochet at the library. Oh, okay. Great. That's fun. I went to the library last Wednesday for my crochet circle. It's not going to be this week, which means I have to physically leave the house and go to the library on my own to crochet for a couple of hours. All right, well, awesome. That's fine. I just pulled up my bingo card to see how close it was, and I see that I've got 3 on the top. And so if I get that last one next week, assuming I finish these 3, then I will actually have managed a bingo. So yeah, this is what I have to do this week, and I will see you when I start working on it. So it's Wednesday afternoon. I didn't work on anything yesterday of importance. I don't know why. No excuse, just didn't do it. But it's raining outside. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do. So let's get this done. I am first going to work on the coaster, and I've picked these colors. I'm going to do this berry granny square from the Granny Square source book. I've used this once before. I made a granny square into a bag, and that was larger. That was like a 9 by 9 square, I think, somewhere in there. But that was with a heavier 4-weight acrylic yarn and like an appropriately sized hook. This is still a 4-weight cotton, but skinnier. And I'm using a 3.5 to try to make it smaller because, you know, I don't want a giant coaster. And I'm only making 1, by the way, because I just need 1 for in here on my table. I don't need it for my coffee cup because that doesn't have problems with condensation, but sometimes I'll bring a regular glass in here at night or a drink or something, and then I have to either grab one from out in the living room or bring just like a paper towel or something. So that's why I put make a coaster on the bingo card. So I'm not doing white or ivory. I thought about it because what if I spill a drink? So I'm using this navy as a dark blue background and then these colors for the berries, and it should be pretty easy. Like, I foresee no problems. It is very open, like around the berries themselves, but I will probably just do like a backing square for that. I'm gonna get started on this. I'm gonna finish my devil book. That didn't sound right. I'm gonna finish my book Devil's Creek. Yeah. I just realized I cut the main color yarn instead of just the leaf yarn. So that's great. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is annoying. I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, so far, 4 rounds in, I've got the berries. I think it's really tight. I think, so here we do like a chain 3 between these clusters. I think it should have been chain 4, because then we have to put 6 single crochets in that chain 3 space. I feel like it should be a chain 4, because this feels just too tight. And it would not impact the overall stitch count, but I'm gonna keep going now that I've screwed up slightly. I just have to reattach the yarn, which I don't want to do, but I'm gonna do. I mean, it's cute. It's just, it's really dark, so it's kind of hard to see the green against the navy. I didn't want to do the white because, first of all, it's giving Christmas colors, even though they're supposed to be strawberries. And second of all, if I'm going to have it as a drink thing, spillage. All right, so done. You really cannot see the green against the blue. I made a mistake. I should have gone with the lighter color. I know. Let's turn on another light. It's there. It's just not great. I think I'm gonna make a backing in green, and then maybe it'll pop more. I don't know. I mean, I did it. I made a coaster. This was fine. Just not as cute as I wanted it to be. Mainly color choice. I made a mistake on this one because I was supposed to do a standing double crochet and then doing a stacked one. So at the beginning of this round, so this berry is misshapen. And like I said, I think there should be 4 chain spaces between the berries so that it's not so tight because it is pulling. Probably not going to block it. It's just a coaster, 1 coaster for my room. Not a big deal. I'll do a backing and sew them together, and that'll be done. I'll be done. Technically, I'm going to count this as being done because I did the top part. It's cute-ish. It's just a coaster. It's not that deep. Okay, let's test it out. I did make it back, sewed it on, no blocking. It's one little coaster for me. Do I love it? No. I do have regret on the color choice, but you know, it's done. I'm not gonna undo it and waste yarn and time and all the things. So we're calling it done. Here's a glass of water. We're gonna test it out. That matter, it's done. Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fine. 100% cotton yarn, good to go. So crochet a coaster, marked off, is completely finished. Ends woven in, everything. And I used a book. Not part of this week's challenge because I didn't draw that, but I used a book, and I still have 2 more books I'm gonna use for this week as well. Anyway, I'm gonna put this back. I'm gonna do something else, maybe something else, and then I will maybe try to get more of this week's video done. All right, first things first, the coaster does its job. There has been no condensation on my table. Success, okay? All right, so move my water over. So now it is very late because I had to put in a grocery order, which I hate doing so much. I mean, it's ridiculous how much I hate just sitting down and putting in an order when I don't even have to walk through the store and pick up things anymore. Spoiled. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get started on the Christmas ornament, and I'm going to be using my Cute Crochet World book. I've had this one for a few years. And what are we doing? We're doing gingerbread kids. Yeah, I might make 2 of them, 1 of each. I don't know, maybe just 1. Have a really great color for gingerbread, I think. This looks pretty gingerbready. It's cinnamon, but this is what I'm gonna use. Then I've got some like off-white to do the icing. So I'm gonna get started. I'm using a 3.5mm hook to keep it nice and tight. And we'll see how far I get. They're small, but at the same time, I'm tired, and working with such tight stitches and something so small, this tired could be a massive breeding ground for screwing up. Actually, just doing anything this tired can be a massive breeding ground for screwing up, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna start with the gingerbread boy. Do we really start with arms? Okay, start with arms. So I myself, not a huge gingerbread fan, not a huge ginger fan, period. Some savory dishes, especially Asian savory dishes, great. Dessert wise, no, I've never really been into it. No, never really been into making gingerbread houses. Brad likes to do it with the girls sometimes, but normally those kits are like graham crackers these days anyway. But yeah, I've just never really cared for it. But it does seem very Christmassy. I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to get back to my book. I did finish the Devil book earlier. Very glad. I was over it. It was way too long. It wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. It just turned out to be zombie Satanists, which it can be fun, but not when you're expecting something different. And anyway, I am listening to the audiobook of Project Hail Mary again because the trailer came out last week. I was in the middle of the Devil book. Devil book's over, so now I want to re-listen to this because I'm very excited. Still have 9 months to wait. Why am I still talking? Yeah. Y'all, I don't know about this. Yeah. I haven't joined it yet, but he looks wonky. It is very hard, like, working in all these chains, and once there's, like, 5 different things going off in different directions, it's like, okay, but what am I actually working into? Can I fudge it? Which I tried in some instances when I couldn't quite tell what I was doing. No, I don't, this ain't it. Like, it's the waist. Something's off. I don't know. I'm not going to try to fix it now. I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to think about my life choices, which is a lie. I'm not going to do that. I'm probably just going to come back tomorrow, toss this, and try something different. If I'm being honest, the gingerbread kids were cute, but I don't like it. I'm not putting this on my tree. So I really had the best of intentions to come back this morning and knock out the ornament. I decided to not try the gingerbread children of the corn again, and I'm going to go for something else. I did not come back and do any of that this morning. Instead, I got very distracted by other things in this book where the gingerbread kid thing was, and I made a cheeseburger instead. It's not really going to be an ornament, but look how cute. Oh my gosh, even sesame seeds. Yeah. I just don't want it like permanently together. I want to be able to take it off and look at the layers. So that's why I'm not going to like stick something through the middle or glue it together or anything. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's probably going to sit on a shelf, but it's really stinking cute. Okay, now it's just falling apart. Anyway, but now I'm back. Done with that book because there's nothing else in it that really appeals to me to try to make an ornament out of. And I decided to follow, well, I didn't really decide to follow a YouTube tutorial. I was looking around and I saw a YouTube tutorial for just like this really cool, I thought it was like a spiral Christmas tree, but then I clicked on it and I was completely wrong. It's a Christmas tree made out of concentric circles that are varying sizes. So, you start at the smallest and go down. Super easy, like multiples of 6, which I do all the time because of amigurumi. That's how I typically increase my stitches for round things. So I'm just gonna make that, and between each is a bead so they don't like collapse in on themselves. The circles. Anyway, it's by Cane Crochet. I'm not actually following the tutorial, but I did get the idea by just like quickly glancing at it. I'm like, I can totally do that. Now I've got this sparkly Christmas stuffing yarn that I haven't used in years. I used it for like one project like 4 years ago, and not since. So I'm just gonna do that, and we are gonna knock this out tonight because it shouldn't take that long, and it's pretty customizable. I just pick however many circles I want and go for it. And I'm going to watch some YouTube videos whilst I do it. Yeah. 6 stitches, 12 stitches, 18 stitches, 24, yeah, 24. 30 stitches, I think? Yeah, 30 stitches. We're at 36 stitches. I think I'm only going to do one more, up to 42, and have 7 rounds, and yeah, lucky number 7, and then I'll string them together with beads in between, and I can mark something off the list. Last one, number 7, which is 42 stitches. It's getting late, my math skills are not great, but anyway, so I'm done with that. Never open this. Just white, because the green and the red aren't really the right shade. It's okay. Hers look better. I don't know what I did differently. Maybe it just needs some shaping. Okay. Nah, it's okay. Like, I don't know, it almost looks like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. Hers were better. I don't know if it's because I have variegated colors or if I just can't get these to lay right. It's like you do all the stitches and then you slip stitch all the way around to get them to lay flat, but now they're not lying flat. I mean, I did it. It's a Christmas ornament. It's fine. It's fine. I can mark it off the list. I do like my burger better, though. That's really cute. I mean, between these two, this one's so much cuter. But Tiny Burger's not on the list, so oh well. That's one more thing. Christmas in July ornament is done. Okay, I am going to finally knock out this library one. It will not be for very long. It is now 2:16 on Saturday. They close at 4 on Saturday, but the only other option would be sometime Monday, which is the same day this is going out. So to help future editing Rachel, it's going to be today. So I'll probably only get like an hour in, but oh well, that's okay. I didn't set a time limit. I just said crochet at the library, right? Right. Okay, great. And even though I have a million things to work on, I'm just going to work on this little Jane Austen out of this book I bought like 4 years ago and haven't made a single pattern out of. So why not make a Jane Austen at the library? I won't get far. I won't. I'm only taking the skin color and the blue dress color, I think. And I probably won't even make it up to her head. I'm taking stuffing, maybe some safety eyes, but we'll see. I've got to go because by the time I get there, it's only gonna be an hour and a half. Okay, bye. All right, I am here, downtown library. Seems to have been some sort of art walk or something going on, but they're not this far over, or at least they're not taking up space at the parking lot across from the library. So let's go crochet. Okay, so I'm back from the library. I got there at like 2:35. By the time I got settled and started filming and actually making stuff, it was like 2:40, and I worked for an hour and 10 minutes, and then they made their announcement at 3:50 that they were closing in 10 minutes, and I got out of there because I don't want to have to be the person that's asked to please leave the library. So I didn't give them the opportunity. I left on my own, and all I got done was legs and I guess lower torso. Yeah, legs and lower torso. I hate joining legs. It is such a pain. They just wobble everywhere, but I got that part done. So here we are. I don't know when I'm going to finish this. Oh, hello. No, it's okay. Come on in. You've already interrupted. But no, it's all right.
I was going to say, what did you just go elaborate and crochet?
Yeah, that was, yeah. Anyway, this is all I got done, and I will finish it at some point eventually in the future. But yeah, I'm glad I got it started. I've had that book for like 4 or 5 years. It was a random like impulse purchase at Michael's, I think during like March, International Women's Month. And I was like, oh, I need to make something. And I literally have not. So now we are going to make earrings. We're going to micro crochet earrings. That's what we're going to do. Maybe after my snack. I don't know. We'll see. So I grabbed this book at Michael's at some point, and I'm just going to do this little guy right here. This, with these colors, they call it a sunflower with reverse colors of yellow and white. It's a daisy, so I'm going to do a daisy. I am going to gift these to my younger daughter because she just got her ears re-pierced for her birthday back in February. Anyway, I'm keeping it super simple. I just said micro crochet earrings. I didn't say they had to be elaborate. But that's what we're going to do. Okay, so 2, right? 2 earrings, I'm gonna go give them to kid 2. And that is another thing to mark off my list. This was exhausting. Like, my hands hurt and my neck hurts and just my everything hurts. Everything. It's so tiny. I'm sure with practice, I might get to a point where I semi kind of in a way, but not really like it. I mean, tolerate it maybe. This is a lot. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go give these to kid 2, and then I have to take a break.
Yeah.
I made these. Do you want them?
What are they?
Earrings.
Ah, they look cute.
Little daisies.
Should we get Klaus's ears pierced?
If you pierce Klaus's ears, I am calling Animal Protective Services or whatever there is.
Okay.
Do not pierce the cat's ears.
All right.
Okay. Probably time to get your stuff out of the dryer, by the way. So all of that is done. I forgot to throw away the crochet at the library earlier. So boom, and then micro crochet earrings. That's done. 4 out of 5. The only thing we have left is my sticker jigsaw Pride and Prejudice book. I'll explain it when I get around to it. But it's not gonna be right now. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow's Sunday, nice Sunday afternoon activity. Just chill while listening to an audiobook. I think that's how it's gonna go down. So, but we're doing good. So I'm really glad I got the library done. That was the one I was worried about because I had to physically leave the house. I know it was only an hour and 10 minutes, but that's still better than nothing. And it was an hour and 10 minutes of very distinct concentration and not goofing off on my phone, getting distracted, which I talked about last week when I had to do 2 straight hours of crochet. So yeah, proud of that. One more to go, probably tomorrow afternoon. Okay, let's finally do this. So if you don't know what this is my Pride and Prejudice jigsaw sticker book. I got it back in April. We went on a trip and I stopped at Michael's before we left earlier that morning, and just to look for something to maybe entertain myself, like a amigurumi kit or something, which I did get one of those too. And then I found this. It was just to keep my hands busy at the airport, on the plane, wherever. This was weird. This was a very odd find. All the sticker books I saw were very kid friendly. It was like putting animals together, stuff like that. This is the only adult themed one. That sounded weird, but the only one like more for adults. The only copy. I saw nothing else like this on the stand at all. So I grabbed it because it seemed very much like one of a kind. And I did almost none of it on the trip. I started it on our way back actually. And all I got done was the Meet the Bennetts. And it's a little wonky, especially poor Mr. Bennett, because I did it during takeoff. I started it during takeoff on our way home. And of course I can have the tray table down. So I was trying to balance it on my lap, and I was half asleep and I had a cold. So it didn't go well. Anyway, this is the only page I've done, or these 2 are the only pages I've done. But I didn't want to come home and just stick it on the shelf and forget that it existed. So I've had it laying over here on the side for months. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll do 2 pages on the bingo card, and that'll help keep it alive, I guess. Remind me that I still have it. So 2 pages. And I've decided on both of Lizzie's proposals. That's right. Well, 2 out of 3 of her proposals, you could say. I'm going to do Mr. Collins' proposal. This is a rather large page, so this one's going to take a little longer. It's 3 pages of stickers, actually. And also Mr. Darcy's first proposal, where she rejects him. So this one's going to be smaller, but that's okay. Already pulled up my pages. I may have just now realized that they were perforated and could come out. Before I was just flipping back and forth. Oh well, you know, live and learn. It's okay. All right, Mr. Collins first. I never know where to like start with these, like, because I feel like I should start up like at the top on the edge, like in a corner or something, but I always want to start with faces. I don't know what that says about me. And it's going to be wonky as hell. I can guarantee that. Hopefully not as bad as the Mr. Bennett one, but it doesn't seem like they always fit no matter how hard I try. It's like it fits perfectly here, but then not over here. Oh well. So, first and foremost, I have to admit, I'm not the biggest fan of the 2005 Keira Knightley version of the film. I am very much a 1994-5 fangirl of the BBC version with Colin Firth and Jennifer Ely. I can never remember how to pronounce her name. Anyway, I don't know. Something about the 2005 version, it's too shiny. It's like if you nominated all the popular kids to play the parts, but they really weren't the best choices. not to shit on Keira Knightley. I love Keira Knightley and like most of the cast. I do love them in other roles. It's just that movie, just, I don't know. It wasn't for me. Yeah. So there's that. So yeah, I just think that the BBC had a better way of making it feel like an actual period piece written in the 18th century, and the 2005 version just feels like a 21st century production, which it is. But I don't know, there's just more authenticity to the BBC version. Yes, it's 5 hours. No, I don't care. And yeah, I do feel attacked by that little bit in the Barbie movie. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
Time to run out and get the new Depression Barbie. She wears sweatpants all day and night. She spent 7 hours today on Instagram looking at her estranged best friend's engagement photos while eating a family-sized bag of Starbursts. And now her jaw is killing her. And she's going to watch the BBC's Pride and Prejudice for the 7th time until she falls asleep.
The relation of our families is such that any alliance between us must be regarded as a highly reprehensible connection.
Anxiety, panic attacks, and OCD sold separately.
Barbie, wake up.
That was a bad one. I'm already having to apologize to Elizabeth Bennet. Her life's hard enough, right? I do appreciate the 2005 version, though, because somebody many years ago took it and explained the whole thing with John Mulaney stand-up. So being a huge fan of both Pride and Prejudice and John Mulaney stand-up, it worked perfectly for me. It's a weird crossover, but apparently, according to the comments, there's quite a few of us out there.
These are the kind of little delicate compliments which are always acceptable to the ladies, and which I conceive myself particularly bound to pay.
Oh, believe me, no one would suspect your manners to be rehearsed.
Now I've thrown him off his rhythm.
The eldest Miss Bennet is very soon to be engaged.
Engaged?
But Excuse me, I'm new in town, and it gets worse. It's like, Jesus Christ, what were you two in the Eagles together? What is the animosity about?
This is gonna be a disaster. Can't wait. Just gonna always have it out for Mr. Bennet, I guess. That was a good one. Also, I was hoping to get that Jane Austen doll I started at the library yesterday finished before I started this, so she could sit and watch over me. This is how far I got. Oh well, I'll finish her another day. That's fine. Anyway, these are mislabeled. Some of them. Oh, okay, so this over here is for the next page. I was so confused. I was like, whose face is this? It's fine. Everything's fine. Though I do think one of my favorite parts of the 2005 version is Tom Hollander as Mr. Collins. He was fantastic. I mean, the actor from the BBC version is too. Sorry, I don't know his name, but Tom Hollander was the best. And it's very hard to see him not as Mr. Collins from now on. Though he did a fantastic job doing the audiobook narration for A Clockwork Orange. Highly recommend listening to that if you're into audiobooks. I want to get everything on this side done so I can get rid of this page. That's not right. What did I do? Down here? Sure. Oh, isn't that a pretty piece? I love it when they do these. It's so cute. Now I have to find it. Here it is. That didn't happen. You saw nothing. Nothing. Gentle. Gentle. Okay, that's everything on this part. Oh, dogs. It's my alarm to call the courthouse to see if I have jury duty tomorrow, but it's Sunday, and I already called Friday, so they've already said there is no jury duty for tomorrow on Monday, so I'm in the clear. And I forgot to turn that off. I don't know where this weird piece goes. It's dark. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, there's a teapot piece on Mr. Collins, which is a choice. There it is. Very pretty. Not great. Okay. I think this is supposed to be a relaxing activity. I have not found that to be true yet because I can't get the lines to meet up. At some point, like, is it me every time, or is the book to blame a little bit? I can't believe I'm this bad at it. I don't think it's just me. I don't think these match up 100% the way they're supposed to. I messed up. Okay. What was I thinking? Wow. I mean, this didn't even match at all. No excuse. Okay, last one on this page, and then I'm down to one page. Whatever, it's a wall. Nobody really cares. Got those two pieces backwards. I'm at the point where it's like, it's not going to match up. Just stick it on there. Done. It might not look like it was made for a child, but it certainly looked like a child made it. That's poor Lizzie. Like, can you see just how uneven? Look, what is with that chin? Yeah. Okay, well, she was having a bad morning anyway. I just made it a little worse. On to a much smaller one. Sadder one, but that's okay. Alright, this time I'm going to start. Fortunately, it's an oval, so there's no straight edges. But I will start at the top and work my way down. I'm not going to go all willy-nilly about it. I just got to figure it out first. I saved the two heartbroken pieces for last. Even though I said I was going to go connected, but it's only two pieces. That actually fit really well. Okay. So this one looks better, I think, going from top down. It was hard because of some of just grass and tree pieces to find, and the oval doesn't make it any easier. But overall, I think it looks a lot better in general. There's some mistakes still. Still have to wonder how much of it's me and how much of it's the stickers. I take some responsibility. I'm not sure I'm going to take all of it, though. I will say I am glad, though, that on the page, the stickers are oriented the way they go on here, so they don't have them flipped around or anything to make it even more confusing, because there were definitely some pieces on this edge that I would have lost my mind if they had been. Anyway, that's it for that. Pride and Prejudice sticker book, 2 pages. Done. I got it all done. Everything this week. And before 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday, unlike last week. So that's a good feeling. So, it was a productive week. I got the coaster done, ornament, sticker book. The earrings are gone. They're in Kid 2's room at this point. What I started at the library, and a little bonus burger, which incidentally is my favorite thing that I did this week, even though it was not on the list. There's nothing me filming it. I just was goofing off one morning and I'm like, let's make a teeny tiny burger. So, but you know what? I'm very happy that I got a lot of work out of actual crochet books done, because, I buy them and then they sit on the shelf and nothing gets done. So this time I've opened 2 for the first time to make something out of. That's an accomplishment in my opinion. I should have made this lighter. It's so dark, but again, if it's gonna hold drinks, then and this is just okay. Not quite what I wanted. whatever. Anyway, but that is it. I will be back next Monday for part 3. I am considering extending this 4 weeks because I'll still have other stuff on the card. Even if I make bingo, I will still have other stuff on the card to do. I was going to do like 3 weeks of bingo, and then the last video of the month would be my July movie blanket wrap up. But there's like 4 or 5 days past that would be good for still watching movies because I am behind. So I might just do that the first Monday of August and do another week of bingo. I have not decided, but I am leaning toward it. No matter, I will see you next week for the 3rd week of Crochet Bingo. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!